Okay, so this is kind of a video semi-responding to stuff that's been happening with like the gambling, Pokimane, Hassan, XQC, Trainwreck situation that's going on, or that was going on at the time. And I wanted to do this video of like the Twitch gambling problem and what that really is. Because I think a lot of people have lost the plot on that. Because right now, I think a lot of people are just hyper focused on like gambling being the problem, like streaming gambling being the problem. And I don't really think that that's the reason why. I know that there's a lot of people saying, well, what about kids? What about this? I'm going to cover that. I just want to start this off with, showing these clips that I tend to agree with, especially about, this is Asmongold right here. And then we're going to read his response to the whole thing.
But they're trying to get you to gamble. They want you to gamble. They want you to get. Oh, I don't give. Who gives a fuck about this? Who cares? Who fucking cares? Just don't gamble, you fucking idiot. Holy shit.
So just don't gamble. And Asmongold expands on this by saying, I don't gamble, I don't drink, and I don't do drugs. I also think that the world would be a better place if everyone else did the same. However, we don't live in a perfect world, and because of that, ultimately, the only defense you have is self-control. I think this is where the real issue comes in, is self-control. I think a lot of people want to say, like, oh, this is about the kids, this is about this is about this, when it's not. Nicholas Diorio, in response to a deleted Boblack's tweet, says, you, as a consumer, don't have the ability to regulate gambling. You do, however, have the ability to practice self-control. Asmongold is 100% correct. The answer for people who haven't tried / haven't done much gambling is to not gamble. Just as we teach kids to not smoke from an early age. To tell an addict, just don't do painkillers, lol, would be ridiculous. But it's totally normal to instruct kids not to do heroin, smoke cigs / gamble, and anything else that could be dangerous / addictive. And I think that this is, at the end of the day, where this whole thing starts going, is you take the argument of people going, well, what about the kids? It's bad to teach kids how to do this. Well, that's where parents should come in and explain to their kids that gambling is bad. Trainwrecks does that anytime he gambles. I know this for a fact because I've seen him do it multiple times. We have a bit of a longer thing. I'm not going to read this whole thing out, but this is a beef between Austinox, which is Hassan Piker's editor, and Moist Critical Charlie. Austinox is responding to someone. That's not what Pokey was saying, but I'll say it. Anyone who streams on Kick is working for an illegal gambling subsidiary, selling out their audience for a cash grab. You are bad people, and there's a reason they're dropping millions to convert your viewers into addicts. Which is a take that doesn't really make much sense when you stop and think about where people like Hassan, Pokimane, and a few other ones stream. Yes, gambling's bad, but if you're going to go by this logic, then Amazon is also bad. They have been found guilty of doing countless human right violations and exploiting workers. So, when you're looking at the scales, no one is better than the other, and that's what Charlie's saying here. Amazon is also an evil company with countless human rights violations and exploitation, so why is it morally okay to directly convert your audience to Amazon Prime subscribers for Twitch viewing benefits at all? Is it bad when Twitch provides an ad for themselves? Like, oh, get Amazon Prime and use it on a sub for us. Kick isn't saying gamble and get a free sub, whereas Amazon is literally saying pay for Prime and get a free sub. In that case, I mean, you could make an argument, but it's just strange. It doesn't make much sense. The Austinox person then responds, you didn't have to go over the word limit to say you can't tell the difference between a site that's only digital slot machines and a site where people buy laundry detergent. Steak isn't advertised anywhere on Kick right now, except the gambling category. Brother, open your eyes. where's stake? I see games, IRL, slots and casino. You know, I see slots and casino there and there, but I don't see stake, the gambling site, anywhere. I don't see it plastered like you claim. You know, and here's a lot of hidden replies because this person is insane, for lack of a better way of putting it. But it's like, you know, you've got people, oh wow, look at all the stake logos plastered on the front page. I have no self-control and must sign up for an account and gamble my life away after seeing this screenshot. You know, obviously making fun of the fact that there aren't any stake logos plastered anywhere. And Charlie obviously responds with, your screenshot literally shows what I mean. Stake isn't on the site until you go into the gambling category, so I don't know what your point here is you're making. It is, and he also makes this point. It's very weird to reduce Amazon to a site to buy laundry detergent when it's done bad things, openly operating today. But I guess it doesn't matter because that's where your boss works. That's where Austin Ox's boss works, is on Twitch. He streams. You know, and just to prove that Kick isn't actively promoting gambling, here. You know, we have... Actually, this is different than when I was looking at it like yesterday, where there was slots and casino on the side. Now there isn't. There's a guy right here doing slots. You can see that slots and casinos right here. But you've also got all these other categories, and the more you scroll down in the site, I don't really see any gambling content. Well, I guess there's gambling content right there. But it's at the very bottom of the page. I mean, seriously. I have to scroll all the way down to here right before I click show more. You know, all their arguments really boil down to is this. Won't somebody please think of the children? When they don't care about kids. They just don't. They want it to be about kids because that's a soundproof argument. You can't fight that one at all. Because if you fight it, you look like a terrible person. Well, we don't care about kids. Forget the kids. Then you look like a bad person. But if you care about the kids, then you don't want to be a hypocrite. It's a soundproof argument that everyone uses. Pokimane, Hassan, Austin Ox, all the ones that advocated for Twitch to ban gambling, which they did. But wait a minute, they didn't. Why don't we read this rule? We'll be making a policy update on October 18th, keep in mind this came out in 2022, to prohibit streaming of gambling sites that include slots, roulette, or dice games that aren't licensed in either the US or other jurisdictions that provide sufficient consumer protection. Okay, so they're banning three things. They're not banning poker. They're not banning other card games. No. They're banning slots, roulette, or dice games that aren't licensed. I can bet on poker. I can bet in a lot of other card games. What makes card games not on this list? But it gets better. They only ban 4 sites. Stakes, Rollbit, Duelbits, and Robet. I don't know the last one. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I don't really care how it's pronounced. They banned 4 sites and 3 things. You know what's insane? What was that? They banned slots? I'm on Twitch right now. Look, following. There's the Twitch. Here's my thing. Alright, you can see the people right here. Here's all these people streaming slots. Something that's apparently banned but not banned. And to prove my point about poker, this guy's title is literally Super $1 Million High Rollers, and he's streaming poker and gambling. I thought Twitch banned gambling on October 18th of 2022. No, they didn't. No one, and everyone bought this. Look at these replies. Yep, that's long overdue. Good change. Sad that it took this this much when people have been letting Twitch know that it's been a huge problem for months, but it's still a good change nonetheless. This is awesome change in the right direction. Hopefully this will get more streamers doing wholesome content like Among Us and gladiatorial blood sports. You know, Absolute W, Plot Twist, you know, all these very cool Twitch. Everyone just bought this. Like, they actually banned gambling when they didn't. It just looks like they did because that's just what it looks like. You know, this whole situation boils down to exactly as Charlie points out. Kick's not actively promoting gambling. Twitch isn't actively promoting gambling. I'm sure if I went over to here, you know, and I scroll, you know, it's like, no, they're not actively promoting it, but you can still find it, just like you can find it on Kick. And Kick's more open about it because they are owned by Stake, but that shouldn't matter. The whole argument about what about the kids doesn't matter, because parents should be the ones to tell their kids, gambling's bad, you shouldn't do it. You know? That's not the streamer's responsibility. They're there to make other viewers happy. Just because you may have, like, a small percentage of your audience that's underage shouldn't affect your entire content. That's not how that should go. You should be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You shouldn't have to bow down to, like, 3 people in the audience complaining about it. But that's just what all those ones want you to do. The ones like Pokimane, Austinox, Hassan. Here, let's read some of these names. Filza, Ranboo, I don't know. Slimesicle, Laserbeam. Whoever the frig this guy is, the dude. You know, they bought this. They bought this whole response of Twitch banning gambling. The fact is, they never cared. No one ever cared about the kids. The reason Twitch did this was to save to make sure that Pokimane would stay in line and not be upset with them and want to leave Twitch. That's it. That's all they care about is one streamer, 1 or 2 streamers in their entire lineup. They're replaceable. They're not the replaceable ones. They're the ones that pull numbers. Hassan, 50K viewers. Pokimane's probably not live right now. No. You know, but I guess it is what it is. When you can find this content still on Twitch, did they really care about the kids, or was this to make them look better to the public? I don't know. Seems strange to me. I guess they thought about the kids. Or did they? I guess we'll never know. I'll see you later.